Hello, one and all, and welcome back to part 5 of Campaign 10, Divine Fervor. I am your host, as always, Virinity Void, and here we are. We are well into the Age of Reformation, and we are going to see some monumental shifts, probably, not in Southeast Asia. No, I just wanted to get a good look at Sufanburi's unit models. We're going to probably get some changes in Europe, if I do say so myself, because last part we saw quite a few changes, not only in East Asia. We know Ihiri took a lot of Ket, but Japan was doing some stuff. Lebanon attacked Fafaria. One of my children died. Things happened in the last part. But if you want to see exactly what happened, go back and watch the previous part. I'm here to keep it going, and we're going to look at some more national ideas. This time, let's take a look at the national ideas. You know what? Cravens has been patiently waiting. I'll humor him. I'll read the third and fourth national ideas of Sura. And then next part, it will be something else. It might be mine, it might be someone else's, I don't know. Anyways, let's do this. Drarambi's Sufaz. Sometime back, our scholars discovered a material particularly volatile to fire, that we've since opted to take and put to military use. What we ourselves call fire sand, our neighbors have taken to calling Surin dust. While the flattery is, of course, appreciated, what we do not like is that they all have managed to crack the code behind it, and have started using it for themselves. Never the matter, for a while now we find ourselves going to battle gun against gun. It still is well evident that we remain the masters of our own creations. Our guns are the best in all the lands, and we know better than anyone how to use them to the best effect. Our enemies scatter before our volleys, and none dares approach without thinking it twice. Landfire damage and shock damage plus 15%, which is very powerful. The fourth national idea is, oh no, one of the localizations is busted. We'll fix that for the next part, hopefully. So, compromise, I'll read the sixth national idea. Or no, the fifth. Sorry, the fourth is bugged out, the fifth is not. Custodians of the layered city. The layered city of Sura, upon the blessed isle, whose name it's come to share too, stands mighty by the sea, overlooking the Strait of Lagaz. It stands above and all around what may be surmised to have been a mighty hill, for that too is now uncertain, engrossed by the cityscape as it's become. It brings to bear its mighty walls amidst its layers, 12, 3 across the plain, 9 atop the hill, and is so able to be seen and clear for as long as the planet's curves allow, seeming as it would to one as an indomitable mountain, the closer they dare get. Rails that lay atop its ivory bridges reach out to all the isle and touch the lesser cities also, who are now but tributaries to its glory and extensions of itself. It stands alone in its glory and magnificence, rivaled to no other as the largest, richest, populous, most grandiose of all the world's crown bearers. Impenetrable, insurmountable, great and foreboding, white, shining and pristine, and a testament to our glory and our name like no other. Development cost minus 10%, and yearly prestige plus 1. There you go, Cravens. I read some more of your stuff. Hope you're happy. Thank God there wasn't too many funky names in there. Otherwise, I don't know, I might have been toast. But Champagne is still in this war. Averton is looking to maintain expand its hold upon the continent, and Denmark as well. Maybe even Averton. Do you want land over there? You do. Denmark doesn't. No. it is Averton that is keen on seeing Kuln dismantled. Well, maybe not dismantled, but you know, they want land. And Savoy, allied with Rhaetia. Oh yeah, that's right. Mondstadt is defending Moravia, but Mondstadt is exhausted. And Moravia is exhausted as well. I'm not sure that, you know, Rhaetia is going to have any mercy. Sure, the Savoy's forces were pushed back there, but I mean, Rhaetia is about to retake the capital of Moravia, and it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be able to pull this off, Mondstadt. A valiant effort, I will say, but it could all be for nothing. There's the capital. 51 war score in the favor of Rhaetia. Current wars. Svendale, yeah. Svendale still going after Utulibi, and they are winning. Yeah. Svendale is able to take on Utulibi and 3488 and win. So Utulibi, I think it's gonna be their time. Well, their time is up, more so. Mondstadt is pieced out, and Moravia is fully annexed. Rest in peace, my Hussite brethren. It was not your time to shine this time around, unfortunately. Kuln lost some land to Averton. Champagne lost a big chunk of land. Like, this is pretty nice provinces. Reims alone, 23 development. Cambrai, 6 development. Valois, 10 development. And then Gelroy, 8. Oversticht is 3, and Munster is 3. But sure, they're not the highest development. It's more so like the statement that Averton is here to stay, and that they want power and influence on mainland Europe. And they don't even have the Isles consolidated. Cornwall is still growing without end. What are you gonna do, Averton? What are you gonna do? Norway, allied to Denmark, Brandenburg and Kuln. Duvatsha, allied to the Papacy, Mzab, Aktemachi and Partu. The Idrisids, allied to Partu, Mzab, Duvatsha and Salento. And we are going to get that new institution in 1550. I'll check in on 1551. Fafaria is, you know, they are on the ropes. They are going to die to Lebanon. And we have Kolathunad coming to Aden, bringing their merchants along with. Takigawa is not a tributary, but they are still warned by Japan. I also didn't realize this last part, but Wu is still alive. Wu is down here in the Moluccas, and they are colonizing ever so slowly. They're trying to eke out a living. Exiled under the Luo dynasty. And Hawaii, where are you at? Where are you colonizing? Right over here? Or right over here? Yeah, Tuvalu. Tuvalu it is. We have the first colonial nation. It is a crown colony of Foix, and it is the Antilles. Svendale annexed a little bit of land of Utulibi, but hey, Svendale is controlling this this nice body of land that connects the Gulf of St. Lawrence to Lake Ontario. Could be a valuable shipping passage later on. Man, goddamn, I love that scented candle I got going right now. I've been having allergies a little bit lately, but you know, taking some allergy medication and having a scented candle going, it makes things a lot more bearable. The Ghurids pieced out with Isfahan, and I do believe they annexed some land, right? Yes, they did. They took Golestan and Sari. So the Gurids, as well as Armenia, just seem to be kind of partitioning Isfahan. Interesting stuff. Akan is going after Mosi. I don't believe Mosi is going to be able to withstand the attacks from Akan. Quite literally, they don't have any siege on this leader, but the army of Akanland is more than double that of Mosi. The only thing that saves Mosi is the fact that there's no land connection. That's it. That is the only thing saving them. Bidaic doesn't even give military buffs, so it's rough. It's rough goings. How is the product? Excuse me. That cough snuck up on me. The Reformation is going just fine. Protestantism is spreading as per usual. We even have Reformed coming through. But I don't believe anyone is going to go Reformed. It does not seem like it, at least. Nope. Yeah, no one is converting, which is fine. I prefer it when at least like one or two tags are purposefully set to switch to Protestantism, because it gives like nice targeting for when it gives a nice target if the event for Protestantism doesn't go off for some reason. That way I can manually do the event, and no one's mad that like, oh, I didn't want them to become Protestant, but you spawned it in my nation. Anything else on the religious map mode? The Gurids are not going to convert that because they guaranteed Dhimmi autonomy. Oh yeah, someone asked, the creator of Trankebar asked to look at their provinces for what buildings they were going for, because Trankebar is supposed to go for more and more buildings. And here are your buildings. You got like in Tanjore or Tanjavur, marketplace, workshop, temple. Negapatam has a workshop and temple. The capital itself, workshop, temple, castle, and a dirt road. And right next to the capital at Kudalur, marketplace, workshop, temple, a shipyard, a regimental camp, dirt road, and a courthouse. And they are making a decent chunk of money. They have no issue with just, chilling out. How much is a building, by the way? Man, that's actually pretty cheap. A fortress or a new castle, new fort is 55 ducats, which is really fucking cheap. They normally cost, I think, 200 ducats, but bringing that cost down to 55 is damn good. I don't think there's any fort maintenance reduction in Trankebar, but, they're doing just fine. And they're also upgrading their centers of trade, which is actually important. South India or Coromandel is actually a really good node, in my opinion. So, good on them. Maybe Trankebar can be like one of the first like serious trade-focused nations that prospers and does very well. Ihri, Ket. I don't think Ket is gonna really be able to do anything, unfortunately. I would like for them to be able to come back, but it just seems like Ihri doesn't have any enemies nearby, and they aren't gonna get. No one is going to curtail them. Inazuma is about to be annexed by Japan. Farewell, Inazuma. You did your best, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Last time they had their time, or last campaign, they had their time in the spotlight, but here, it's just someone else's turn to become Japan. So Armenia is finally trying to curtail the rest of Assyria, and I have no doubts that it's gonna go well. Akhtimachi is going after Gaza. Wait, what? Yeah, it's that Gaza. Akhtimachi is at war with Lebanon and Morea. So I don't think Akhtimachi and Bosporus are gonna succeed in this. That's just my speculation. King David II of Gothia and his heir is of the... Is that? Yeah. Anatolikon is getting their dynasty on the throne of Bosporus. Interesting. Bosporus has 22k, but Lebanon has 34k. Morea, 20k. Akhtimachi, I don't think they're going to get their troops over. That's just a hunch. That's just my hunch. Well, that's a really nice general on Bosporus, though. 5553. That's so good. Lebanon, where are you at? Yep, Assyria got sent back as predicted. Lebanon, you know what? Tell me, what are you? That's the route you're taking. That's the route you're taking. They could have gone so much quicker if only Foix did not have this province. Of all places to colonize Foix, really, the natural harbor at Odishi. You know, I guess, whatever. I don't make the rules. Well, I do make the rules around here, but when the AI is playing it out, I let the AI do their thing for the most part. Okay, Kalchakwi and the third Kalchakwi conquest of Nazca, and finally Kalchakwi is making headway and actually taking it to Cajamarca. Cajamarca they can't stand up to their enemies in the south. And then Tranquebar is going after Goa, which is it's handled by Kolothunad, but I think Kolothunad might be knocked out of India this time, maybe. And then 3488 is going against Atlanta. Atlanta, can you do any? You cannot. 3488 has the monopoly on power here. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh dear, Atlanta. Oh no. It seems as though the slot machine might have your number. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink as we watch what happens between these two. Yeah, so Augusta is taken. I don't really see Atlanta coming out of this, honestly. As unfortunate as it is, they gave it their best shot, but unfortunately, the Mashriq 3488 is here to stay. EZLN is not bordering average land yet. Venezuela turned Colombia is they aren't allied or rival. Well, they don't like Haiti, but they're not allied with anyone either. And it seems as though Cajamarca is going to lose its capital too. I think Kalchakwi is going to... There we go. Okay. They annexed 2 provinces, but Nazca is really nice at 20 development. And Lima's at 20 development too. Those are some seriously good provinces. Thing is Sulacet going to be able to overtake Kalchakwi? I guess we'll just have to wait to find out. Potiguara is slowly reaching others. Mossi got thrashed and they're just recovering. And Bosporus is invading Morea. Akhtimachi's over here as well. And Morea is out of the war. They conceded completely. Lebanon, you just need to get your shit together. Like, where's your military again? Is it still on its way around? Yes, it is. Oh, dear gods. So I think this is just the AI being the AI, and they're gonna lose this war because they're fucking around. And the AI pathing led their army over here, and they're not gonna do anything about it. Akdemachi is gonna come over here, start landing, and they're gonna probably win the war, actually. These things happen. I think it's stupid, but these things happen. Sometimes the AI is really smart. They'll do a perfect naval landing and annex the fuck out of something. And sometimes they're complete idiots, and they will go off and send their army off, and then it gets cut off or something. The access points change, and they get bugged out, or, well, I wouldn't say it's bugged out, but they just don't know what to do with their army at that point, and they get stuck. Unfortunately, they get stuck. Livonia is going after Beluzero. We can safely assume what's going to happen there. But here we have Takigawa, Akechi, Toyotomi, and Yayusu going after Tendai and Pangasinan. I think this is going to be a full annex, because Tendai is right here. They just need to get Pangasinan out of the war, and Tendai is all theirs. And that would be a huge surge in power for Takigawa. I don't think it would allow them to withstand a full invasion from Japan, but it would help. It would help a lot. Ihiri is allied with the Evenk Dower, and Ket is just left out to dry, unfortunately. Left out in the cold and dead of night. Yeah, Pangasinan just can't. They cannot transport their troops over, so they're just stuck watching. As unfortunate as that is. The Gurids are up for round 2. They have disregarded their alliance with Armenia and are only allied to Jaunpur. And yeah, they just seek to deal another blow against Isfahan. Armenia took a huge chunk of land from Assyria, and it seems as though the Coptic people, they are firmly in this to win this. Armenia has declared war on Isfahan. It is a partition of the Zoroastrian lands. Lebanon pieced out with Akdemachi. Nothing has changed, so maybe Lebanon can get their troops home. Maybe. I'm not sure. Tendai is fully sieged down. Pangasinan has most of its land sieged down, and there's peace. Tendai is just barely alive, but Pangasinan's land is being divvied up by Yayusu. A victory for the exiles of Japan. Mahafali is colonizing here on the coast, kind of cutting off Mutapa a little bit, but Pate is really the odd man out. They don't like anyone at all. The thing is, Pate, they can't take on Mutapa directly, but they can take on Mahafali easily. Kind of curious how that one may play out. Beluzero's trying. Credit to them, they are trying. But it's just not going to go anywhere. Hunza, once allied to Isfahan. So the Gurids brought in Jaunpur because Isfahan brought in Hunza. Hunza, I don't think you realized what you got into. I don't think you realized. Where is Jaunpur's troops? Oh, they're over here. Okay. Isfahan's troops are trying to fight Armenians, but it's just not enough. It just simply is not enough. Armenia has taken Amol, and where are the Gurids? Where are the Gurids? Red flag? Oh, they're over here. They're chilling over here in Urmia. And Jaunpur is about to take the capital. About to seize the capital in all its glory. Try as you might, Isfahan. It's as valiant as your defensive efforts may be. It is all slated to be undone. Raetia, as awkward as they look, they are gathering steam. They are getting pretty sizable, if I do say so. Granted, it's a lot of it is spread out, so I'm not sure like if they can defend all of it, but they've got a sizable military, over 40,000. What is this? The Livonian conquest of Bleaking, which is... Where is it at? Oh, it's right there. Interesting. So Livonia thinks it can take on Denmark and Norway. Denmark and Norway have about 30 to 35k between them, which Livonia... Oh shit, I think I spit on my screen on accident. Livonia has all to itself. So I'm not sure that that Denmark and Norway are going to be able to hold them off. They sure as hell aren't doing anything in response until now. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, but that province has been besieged and taken over. Livonia is going in for the kill. Norway to reinforce Denmark, and it's just not enough. They call it early. They don't want any part of that battle. And they're all on the same military tech level. They are all Tech 12. However, Denmark and Norway, they just don't have the staying power, I guess. And capital of Denmark is going to go down. This is very bad for the Scandinavians. However, Denmark and Norway, they aren't without their own capabilities. You know, they're trying to besiege some of Livonia's land. We'll see how much that puts things back in their favor. Isfahan has been not pieced out. One of their colonies has been burned. Armenia is probably going to take a decent chunk of land, but I have to imagine that Armenia and the Gurids are gearing up to go after each other eventually. Isfahan is really just the stopgap between them. Once the stopgap is taken out, what's going to happen from there? I don't know. Any other wars going on? Bremen is actually going after Denmark too. Bremen is just thinking like, Denmark's getting dismantled by Livonia. Allow me to take my own little slice of cake here and just... Who has the cutting knife? Even the Danish Navy can't hold up, man. Like it's brutal. And Norway can't do much either. As big as Norway is, it doesn't have that much power, unfortunately. However, Bremen has taken some crucial pieces of land. I'm not sure if Livonia is going to get as much as they want. Because they do want a lot. But they might just actually stick to the Baltic, southern Baltic. Like here, Memel, Danzig, Stulp. Is it Stolp or Stulp? I don't know. Atlanta got completely wrecked. Oh my goodness. Look at this spread out provinces of cyan or teal color. Yeah, it's a teal color. The Antilles have been completely filled out. So this is a nice colony here. However, its capital is over here. I expect they're going to want to change that. Akdemachi has Jamaica. Cajamarca pushed north. Yeah, it's... North America is shaping up. It is shaping up nicely. Svendale has formed Canada. We have the Canadians, folks. What is this? Mondstadt going in for round 2. Trying to finish off Champagne. It is, Champagne is being attacked by Mondstadt, Köln, and Salento. Mondstadt has at their side, Mondstadt is taking on Champagne, the Papacy, and Partu. I don't believe the Papacy can stand up to Salento. Not at this point, because the Papacy lost last time. Livonia did indeed take part of the southern Baltic, and even some land from Denmark, so it's looking bleak for the Scandinavians, if I do say so. It's looking very bleak. Armenia pieced out. They took a decent chunk of land from Isfahan, including that 37 development Tehran. And I have to imagine that the Gurids are going to take some nice chunks of land here. They just almost fully annexed them. Almost. The Qajar dynasty almost extinguished. That's a hell of a lot of land. 13, 27, 3, 5, 4, 7, 3. Not all of it is great development, but it's still a hell of a lot of land. The Gurids also fully annexed Hunza in the process, so their main rival is no longer around. I have to imagine that, like, yeah, Armenia doesn't like them, and now Dundar doesn't like them. And soon enough, I think Muscovy's going to be in the crosshairs too. I don't see why they wouldn't. Champagne is about to be dismantled? Well, is this for Rethelwa? Yes, it is. So Mondstadt can't take this over here because they can't core it. But I mean, they'll take a 25 development province. I wouldn't blame them if they did. The papacy is going to be dismantled even more by the Protestants. And when did Cornwall get all this? Wait, what? When did Cornwall get all of this? Oh, I guess they took expansion and exploration. That's why. I gotcha. And Denmark is firing back against Bremen, trying to siege down Bremen's capital. Because Bremen can't get back across. They're stuck. Oh, what it's like to have a navy sometimes. Champagne is completely down and out. And now all that's left is Partu. The impenetrable fortresses of Partu. Can Mondstadt, or is Mondstadt going to even dedicate over here? Or are they just going to leave Partu to itself? Oh, Partu actually has their military over here. Curious what the comparison is. Discipline is the same. Morale is about the same, and so is the tactics. Really, it's the quantity that matters there. The quantity indeed. Foix is becoming very big. Partu was pieced out. Rethel was taken. The papacy has shrunk even more. Even Roma is lost. Salento doesn't give a shit. Allied with Foix, Mzab, and Mondstadt, they are prospering. And I think Denmark kind of has this war. No, never mind. Bremen snuck across. And now, Denmark's capital and Bremen's capital are sieged down. This might end in a white peace. Anything else? Akatemachi and Cornwall against Lebanon and Morea. Again, this is the second conquest of Gaza. Maybe this time Lebanon's troops will be competent. Maybe. Bremen, yeah, still going after Denmark. It's even. Hades going after the Antilles. And Ihri is looking to finish off Ket. Unfortunately for the pink Siberians, this might be the end. It's just going to take a while because, good God, these are huge distances to travel. I think we'll probably end this off 1568 or 1569. Somewhere around there. Oh, I need to stretch. And the Orenburg Cossacks. They're inching their way over. They have a lot of really nice development provinces. Like, that's just a fact. They have some seriously good development. And that's just from them colonizing nearby. Guanseo's allied with Li Yue. And they are chilling. Toyotomi is making their living in Southeast Asia and on Taiwan. Keth is desperately trying anything that they can. Bosporus is even over here too. Lebanon and Bosporus are just roaming around with awkward as fuck pathing. As Aktimachi just takes advantage of it. It's like, they can fuck off over there. I don't care. I'm just gonna go after their mainland, okay? I have no words for that. That's just weird AI pathing. While we're at it, I guess we can take a look at... Oh, there's a peace deal. So Denmark took some land. Nice. So Denmark has a little bit of success. So Bremen is by no means gutted or anything. But, a little bit of changes here and there. Wait, Illinois. America formed Illinois. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Illinois and the USA. So this is Illinois, or America turned Illinois, and Canada against 3488 and Otulibi. We already know who's going to win this. So 3488, as much success as they had against Atlanta, it's going to all be turned around by old America. These Serbians just messing things up. And we have average land formed Mexico. And I have to imagine there is a war brewing between Mexico and EZLN. Like, there's got to be. There's only one reason you're building up your troops on the border. EZLN is also 3 military techs behind. That's going to be a very big factor. And there it is. War has been declared. War has been declared. or 3488 is calling upon every regiment they can. But Utolibi is going to be dead in the water. And EZLN, they were thrashed. They were pushed back. 3 military techs of difference. That's what that does to you. However, the defensiveness here, 62.3%. Every siege lasts about, or siege tick lasts about 46, 47 days. Is brutal. But average land has built up quite a bit of their economy and stuff, so it's not like they are without strength. They need to concentrate their forces though. They can't be separating out like that. What's going on over here? Oh yeah, Aktimachi doing things against Lebanon, and Lebanon trying to finally take hold of things with Morea. Finally. It took their armies long enough to get around, but finally they're doing something. Who's gonna close off this corridor? Someone needs to close off that corridor, I swear, because this is where everyone is going. It's also where Bosporus is going too, mind you. Okay, EZLN picking off some Mexican contingents, but like the Army of Mexico, they are more than capable. They have 10% more discipline. They have a bit more morale, and their tactics are superior. So, pitched battles just are not the thing for EZLN. They're hemorrhaging manpower, and I don't think this ramshackle military can really compete. Not yet, at least. How close are they to Miltech 10, at least? Yeah. Oh, they can take it. There you go, Miltech 10. And what about you? Okay, Miltech 13 is actually quite a ways away. Still though, EZLN is working on sieging down Average Land's land, but will they be able to get to the capital up here before Average Land is done with Tlapanek? Tlapanek is not the capital of EZLN, but it's a pivotal piece of land. Haiti, or Fontaine turned Haiti, is not going after the Antilles. At least they aren't doing a naval invasion. 3488's capital was taken down, and they have conceded. Otolibi has also conceded, and they have lost even more land. Let me pause real quick. Anything change? No. Okay, so Akdemachi pieced out. No land changes over here. Cornwall is also over here in the Mediterranean. What? Why? I swear, exploration gives the AI crazy fucking ideas. I don't understand it sometimes. No, I do not. And no, Reformed is not getting off the ground, but Protestantism seems here to stay. Colon converted, and seemingly Cornwall might convert. It depends. Anyone else? Rhaetia is getting some of its provinces converted, but it does not seem as though Reformed is going to ever get off the ground. Tlapanek was taken over. EZLN can take that back, but Mexico, like, for every fort EZLN takes, it's so tough to take that fort back. Just because the siege lasts so long. But in pitched battles, EZLN loses, and loses pretty badly. And there's no more land connect. Well, actually, no, the sea tile. That's not. There is no sea tile connection either. So I'm not sure if land can be taken. Genuinely, I don't know if land can be taken. Alright, it's September of this year, September 1569. We will see. Alright, well, we're just going to pause it. Fafaria is being curtailed, culled more so. Haiti is being invaded by Foix. Kind of curious if Foix can actually do that. Like, if they can succeed more so. We'll do October. But I guess they might actually transport troops. I'm not sure. October 1569. We'll call it there for part 5. We'll take a look at the map. Tankebar annexed most of Colothunad. Colothunad has very few provinces left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're on the brink of destruction. And Kamai has their name stretching, and it's looking pretty good for them. Are they still? Yes. The power block remains. Vononeri is allied with Cebu and Toyotomi. Pangasinan is allied with Kutai, Tendai, and Liyue. Liyue is pretty good. Powo is actually getting up there in strength too. They're doing pretty good as well. So I'm hopeful for them. I am hopeful. Sumru is allied with Dundar, but they don't have as many troops as I thought they would. 16k. Same with Satavahana. My child over here is... I'm worried about them. Sind also, they're allied with Tranquebar, but they're just chilling. They aren't doing much. But I think we can end it off there. Livonia is going off. They are a huge threat to everyone around them, and they are improving relations with the Idrisids, really. I didn't expect that. Livonia is also allied to Kiev, Foix, and Salento, so, power block. I think we can end it off there, though. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, and we'll save the rest for part 6. We'll take a look at the institution. I said I would take a look at that earlier, but we can take a look at it now. The printing press spawned in Cornwall. It's not the capital of Cornwall, but it is pretty damn close. So, center of printing is over here in the Isles. And it's spreading pretty fast, in Europe at least. The rest of the world is going to need to take some time to catch up in institutions, if I do say so. So we'll see how that goes in the next part. Anyways, in first place is Mondstadt. In second place is Cornwall. In third place is Livonia. In fourth place is Salento. In fifth place is Sura. In sixth place is Rhaetia. In seventh place is Foix. In eighth place is Averton. In ninth place is Japan. In 10th place is Savoy. In 11th place is Brandenburg. And in 12th place is Bremen. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in part 6.